Think about the first few seconds of your morning, opening your eyes in a dim room, absorbing the ambient light, hearing the low hum of the world outside. We perform these actions every single day, taking the biological mechanics of the process for granted. We know exactly how this physical process works. Photons bounce off your surroundings, enter your pupil, and strike the retina. In a fraction of a second, those light waves are translated into measurable electrical signals. Those signals race down the optic nerve and flood into the visual cortex. Billions of neurons fire in specific, coordinated patterns, calculating the geometry of the room, estimating depth, and sorting out the color spectrum of the objects around you. Neuroscience tracks this physical pathway with incredible precision, but at a specific, crucial moment, the tracking stops. Somewhere between a neuron firing and your brain registering a shape, a microscopic jolt of electricity turns into the actual, subjective feeling of seeing the color blue. We possess a nearly complete map of the brain's biological hardware, yet the physical laws of our universe cannot explain how arranging biological tissue in a specific pattern suddenly produces a rich, inner, personal experience. Mapping the physical pathways of the brain falls within modern science, tracing how information is processed, stored, and retrieved. But processing information is different from actually experiencing it. That feeling, the awareness of thoughts, warmth, or an individual self, is consciousness. This massive gap defies our current logic. We cannot yet explain how physical, biological matter can possibly generate a non-physical inner world. Many scientists suggest consciousness emerges as a byproduct of sheer brain activity, that if you put enough neurons together, awareness eventually wakes up. But an alternative view argues that consciousness might be a foundational property of the universe itself, baked into reality, much like mass or gravity. Because we cannot put a subjective feeling on a slide and examine it under a microscope, the origin of our inner lives remains a blind spot in our understanding of nature. If awareness is a byproduct of computing power, we have to ask where the threshold lies. Where does the mechanics of biology end and actual experience begin? Look at a crow or a primate. They solve puzzles, use tools, and show grief. The biology suggests they operate on complex survival instincts, but the behavior hints at a rich, subjective life occurring entirely behind their eyes. Now look at modern artificial intelligence. We build silicon circuits that flawlessly mimic human conversation and logic. The algorithms process billions of parameters, yet we assume they are completely dark on the inside, operating without the slightest glimmer of self-awareness. Without an instrument capable of measuring consciousness itself, we have no way to prove whether an animal, a machine, or even another human being truly experiences reality or simply simulates it. This mystery eventually points right back at our daily lives. Most of the time, we function like well-oiled biological machines, passively reacting to stress, hunger, or notifications on our phones. But recognizing our own consciousness gives us the ability to step back and become active observers of our own mental habits. This awareness provides a rare form of agency. We can notice our thoughts as they arise. We can intentionally choose which ones to focus on, shifting from mindless reaction to deliberate action. Every memory you hold and every sensation you feel exists exclusively within this awareness. It is the fundamental ground of your existence. The body, with all its elegant sensors and electrical pathways, acts as a vessel. It gathers the light, the sound, and the physical data of the world, delivering it to a mind we cannot yet locate on any map. So, if your physical brain is just biological hardware, who is the entity actually experiencing this exact moment?